Hello everyone, this is part 6 of What If Naruto Was Betrayed and Goes to Outworld, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Naruto was walking through the streets of his home village, shirtless from the activities from the training grounds. He really didn't care what he looked like right now. In fact, he really didn't care about anything at all at the moment. He was just so damn pissed off. The nerve of that fucking woman. I'm sorry, and it was someone else's fault, type of bullshit just really got on his last nerve. Why was it so hard for someone else to own up to their mistakes? Honestly, Naruto would have gotten back with Hinata a while ago. After all, he still did have very deep feelings for her, even after what she had done to him. She was the first one to actually show some love to him. He lost his virginity with her. He had his first real kiss with her, along with so many other things with her. So, naturally, of course he would still have deep, affectionate feelings for her. Perhaps these feelings were why what she had done hurt so much in the first place. That, and the fact that she just wouldn't own up to it. Yeah, I fucked up. I'm really, really sorry, and I swear I'll never do it again. Bam. That fucking easy. He could tell when someone was sincere about their feelings, which is why he would be so forgiving sometimes. He could tell if someone really meant if they were sorry or not. But, with Hinata, she was sorry, oh absolutely. However, even if her father really was the main culprit behind those devious and diabolical plans, she still technically had a choice whether or not to take the mission, because it was not directly from her Hokage, head of a clan or not. Therefore, she willfully and knowingly chose to do what she did. All she had to do was simply apologize, and not blame anyone else for their part, if they had any. That could come later. But first and foremost, the offender had to own up to their own part first. Which Hinata wasn't doing, at least, not without trying to point fingers at her father to try to lessen the sting of the reality of what she had done. All of these things was what was getting on Naruto's nerves right now. Then, a wonderful thing happened. Hey Naruto, you little punk. Kiba said from a short distance away. Get your ass over here now, I'm tired of this crap. Naruto smiled, a little of his fangs showing as he slowly turned around to the merchant's stand where Kiba had called out to him from. He looked Kiba dead in the eye and said, What? I'm sick and tired of your bullshit, Naruto. Kiba said, You walking around here, acting like you are the best out of everyone here. I can kick your ass anytime, any day, anywhere. Hinata is mine, you little filthy piece of orphan shit. So, Naruto asked him, unfazed at his ridiculous words. I know you really can't beat me, Kiba, and that's why you are yelling in front of everyone here. You know that a lot of the villagers still hate me for being the Kyuubi's Jinchuriki. He looked around at everyone and, addressing everyone, said, Kiba here is a piece of worthless dogshit. All he ever does is bark at his enemies, but they always place him in the doghouse, with his tail between his fucking legs, because this Inuzuka is a fucking disgrace to his entire fucking clan. Not one time, not one fucking time, has Kiba ever faced me and won, in anything. He is a coward, he is a liar, he is a fucking thief, and worst of all, Naruto got right up in Kiba's face and continued to say for all to hear, he's a fucking beater. Beater. One of the worst things to call a male member of the Inuzuka clan. They pride themselves either, well, pride, and their supreme ability to show everyone that they are not afraid to take the reins, to become the alpha and take control. To an Inuzuka, being called a beater was just as bad as saying that they hated and abandoned the dogs. Not good. You wanna fight, orphan? Kiba said threateningly. Naruto chuckled in his face, ha 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 ha, you have no idea. Fine. Kiba yelled out defiantly to him. Right here, right now, you fucking coward. Before we get started, Naruto said to Kiba, I have a quick question for you. What is it, jackass? Hurry it up, Surakamaru, and I can take you down. Did you defeat Kaguya? Who the fuck is Kaguya? The one who placed the infinite Tsukuyomi upon everyone in the last war. Kiba was shocked. What the hell are you talking about? So the answer is no, okay. Next question. Did you ever defeat any member of the Akatsuki? No, fought, but never killed any. Yeah, I know. Weak. Hey. Final question. Have you ever been able to defend a Kamaru? Because from along with everyone else, all we see is a Kamaru defending you. And you call me the coward. Kiba shook with rage. No one talks about me like that. Die demon. Kiba charged forward at Naruto, fangs elongated and claws out. Pathetic, Naruto said. You are headed straight for an enemy ninja in plain sight. Dumbass. As if to prove his stupidity to Kiba, he simply stepped to the side with his foot slightly stuck out, causing Kiba to stumble and lose his balance. Kiba fell to the ground flat on his face. I thought dogs landed on their feet. Naruto teased. The villagers around the two dueling ninja were eyeing Naruto with hate and malice, and at Kiba with silent cheering and wanting the dog boy to take out the demon for the good of the village. Kiba got back up and said to him, hey, lucky shot Naruto. But, dodge this. He threw a kunai straight at Naruto's throat. Naruto caught it right before it hit him. Naruto held it aside and inspected it as if were a toy he wanted to check before he gave to a kid or something. Finally, he threw it back at Kiba's feet and said, stop wasting my time dog shit. If you're gonna throw a weapon at me, make a good one. Not a piece of garbage. Kiba, once again maddened by Naruto's simple yet offending words, charged again at Naruto, this time with a Kamaru by his side. Take this. Fang over fang. Two tunnel-like formations came straight at Naruto. He simply reached out his hands and grabbed both offending parties by their throats as he held them up and looked at Kiba with his sky-blue eyes that were dull and devoid of any life. A true veteran shinobi in every right. He said to them, did you honestly think that that specific attack, that I myself have seen literally hundreds of times, is going to work on me? You are weak. You were then, you are now, and as of right now you always will be. Get out of my sight dog shit. Naruto tossed him aside and began walking towards his home again. Kiba got up and turned around and said, Naruto. Get your stupid ass back here. I'm not done with you yet. Naruto stopped and sighed. He made a shadow clone and told it, I'm done with this fool. Kick his ass for me, will ya? The shadow clone punched a fist into his other palm. You got it boss. I would love to. Thanks. Just don't kill him though. As much as I would love that, we just can't. Really boss? What about halfway? A quarter dead, that's final. Or man. The shadow clone said. Well, better than nothing I guess right boss. Have at him, he's all yours. Hey you jackass orphan. Kiba yelled at the original. Get your stupid ass back here. Don't ditch out on our fight because you're too much of a coward. Using your shadow clones to fight for you. Just like you've always done, to mask your loneliness huh? That's right Naruto. You're just a lowly demonic little freak, who used copies of himself to fight his battles for him. Ha. And you call me the coward. Naruto stopped and turned back to the shadow clone. He said to it, you know what? On second thought, think I'll satay. Tell you what, he pulled out his wallet and gave it some money and said, go get some Ichiraku ramen for everyone and bring it back to the house okay? Sure thing boss. The clone took off running, eager to complete its task that was given to him by his creator. You wanna run that by me again, dog shit. My name is Kiba. He yelled out at Naruto. And I said that you use you damn clones as a cover-up for your loneliness and for your own battles you little bitch. You know what? I've had enough of your shit Kiba. You think you're so tough? Naruto asked the dog boy. Then come at me with everything you've got, now. Fucking try to kill me if you can dog shit. Let's go. Yeah. Now you're talking. Kiba yelled. He then charged at Naruto. Naruto, faster than anyone could see, was in front of Kiba, giving him a powerful lariat attack. Kiba whiplashed onto the ground, hard. He was stunned senseless from the brutal hit. Naruto picked him up with one hand and chucked his body at the merchant's stand he was at previously before the fight started. He looked at everyone else slowly and said, anyone else wanna attack the demon? Now's your one and only chance. Show your people that the demon brat can be taken down for good. Come one people, who's up? One big, burly man came from the crowd. He was easily 6 feet tall, weighing close to 300 pounds, not an ounce of fat on him. Pure muscle everywhere. Judging by the look of his arms and powerful shoulders, he might have been a blacksmith. You little brat, the man said in a deep and raspy voice. You killed my wife of 15 years. I will avenge her now. I wasn't strong enough back then to save her, but I'm damn strong enough now to revenge her. For the love of God, Naruto said, I am not the fucking fox. Then, he got an idea. He smiled at everyone, a sick, sinister, evil smile. One of those evil smiles that just loved what they were about to do next. Naruto bit one of his fingers and went through the hand signs. When he was done, he slammed both hands on the ground and yelled out, summoning jutsu. A huge puff of smoke later, one easily covering half of the village, appeared. The smoke began to fade away. The villagers could all hear a very loud, very deep, throaty growl that made the older generations of people nearly wet themselves in fear. They looked up and pointed and tried to speak, but they couldn't. The object of their hatred and ire and grief had appeared once again. The nine-tailed fox was inside of the village's walls. Thankfully, Kurama wasn't stepping on any buildings or destroying everything. He was just sitting there, looking at everyone, growling with supreme hatred. Finally, the great beast spoke to the people of the village. You weak, insignificant, tiny, puny, disgusting little humans. How dare you treat Naruto the way you have? I am the great Kyuubi, not this boy. I will devour you all. I am the object of your pain, of your hatred. I will kill you all. That's enough, Kurama, Naruto told the beast casually. Kurama looked down at him sheepishly. Ah, come on Naruto, I was just getting to the good part. Kurama, Naruto warned. He looked at the villagers once again and told them, the Kyuubi and I are friends. He has helped and protected me and healed me for years, through all of your bullshit people. This is your one and only warning. Back off, or I will let the Kyuubi repeat what happened in your nightmares. The 6-foot-tall burly man said to Naruto, I don't care. I have suffered this entire time from grief. I will avenge my family Naruto. It doesn't matter what you did to save this village, you still tore it apart 20 years ago. 20 years of pain for me. You will pay for it with your blood. The man charged at Naruto with a hammer, intending on bashing his head in. Before he could get to Naruto though, Molina stepped forward, pulling out her sais. However, someone else beat her to it. Touch my motherfucking son. A woman's voice yelled out. I fucking dare you. The crowd split apart, revealing a very pissed off Kushina walking towards the man with a hammer. She got up to his face and yelled, you weak little piece of shit. My name is Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. I am originally from the village of Uzushiogakure, where the Uzumaki clan mainly resided. And guess what? Everyone and everything there is completely gone. Invaded, destroyed, erased. Konoha was too late by the time they had arrived. But do I blame this village for not helping my own? Fuck no. Do you know why? Because they at least fucking tried. They gave it the best shot. Uzu was just too damn far. You shouldn't blame my son for the loss of your family. Oh, and guess what? Whack. Kushina had slapped the man so hard, a tooth flew out of his mouth. The man stumbled and fell to one knee. Kushina walked up to him and pulled him up to his feet and said, the real one responsible for the Kyuubi attack was one of the Akatsuki. The one under the guise of Toby. And, whack. Blood flew out of the man's mouth again from another brutal slap, and Kushina continued to slap him with each and every word. Whack. Guess, whack. What, whack. My, whack. Son, whack. Killed, whack. That, whack. Mother, whack. Fucker, whack. The man fell down on his back, face bruised and bloody. Kushina never really hit the man, just slapped the shit out of him. But man, she had a good arm. You say you were going to revenge your family. My son, Naruto, already did that for you. The Kyuubi was being controlled by that Toby freak, and Naruto killed him. So, ultimately, you should be thanking my son. Go ahead, thank him now. The man didn't even move, just glared at her and Naruto. Already pissed off as she was, the man's arrogance just made her even more pissed off. She walked up to him and crushed his balls under her shoe. The man screamed in agony as she twisted her foot on his groin, making sure that he could never father a child again. Crunch. Said, crunch. Thank, crunch. Him. The man couldn't even comprehend what was even happening, he was in so much pain. Kushina grabbed him by his hair and sat him up. She stood behind him while he was on his knees and put one of her hands behind his head and the other on his chin. She lifted his head up slightly to face Naruto as she said to him, do not make me tell you again. Thank him. Now. The man sputtered through a bruised face and blood pouring out of his mouth, thank you, dem. Snap. The man fell on his face, neck snapped, courtesy of Kushina. That's what you get for hurting my boy as a child, you sick piece of garbage, she said to the man's corpse. You okay, honey? His mother asked him. Better now, he told her. Mom, he continued. Yes, sweetie. I wanna get the hell out of here, Naruto said with conviction. I know, baby, Kushina said to her son, hand going through his soft hair, and we will, tomorrow when we leave for this Earthrealm. No, I don't think you fully know what I mean, Mom, Naruto said. I wanna leave here for good. That can be arranged, another voice said from behind them. Naruto turned around and saw his father walking to them. Hey dad, Naruto said dejectedly. Hi son, Minato said with a sad smile. He looked up at Kurama and said, how are you, Kyubi? Better now, the Biju said. But I wanted to eat that fool. He got his neck snapped though, and he's dead. Just as good, I guess. Good job by the way, Kushina. Kushina smiled back at the beast. The crowd around them was trying to back away a little, still terrified that, not only was the Kyubi right in front of them again, but Kushina just murdered a civilian. They had all done something bad to the boy on some level, so would she go after them too? Son, I want you to go wherever you want, his father said to him. Normally, we couldn't do this because they would become a missing nin, of course, but this time I think I can make an exception. Did you know where you wanna go though? Naruto smiled. He looked at Molina and beckoned her forward. She walked up to her man proudly as she grabbed his hand. He pulled her to his side as she wrapped her arms around his waist. I think I wanna go to Outworld with Molina, he told Minato. Outworld, huh? Minato said. Hey son, if that's what you want, then go for it. All I asked is that you keep in touch, okay? I'd go with you, but I'm the Hokage of this village. Unfortunately, I can't just up and leave. I know, it's okay dad, Naruto told him. Oh yeah, and one more thing dad. Hinata said something about Hiashi Hyuga possibly organizing the whole betrayal thing with me through whatever he was doing. Could you look into that? No problem, thank you for that information, his father said. If you don't mind, Naruto, it would be nice for you to release the jutsu. I can't move around here without crushing something. Oh, my bad Kurama. I thought you liked being out. Release. A giant puff of smoke later and the beast was gone. Son, before you leave tomorrow, I wanna teach you something, Minato told his son. Yeah dad, what is it? My Hiraishin jutsu. No way. Naruto yelled out excitedly. Really? Yes son, I thought you might like it, Minato said with a smile. Damn right I would. Man, this day just got a whole lot better. Minato put his arm around his son's shoulders as they walked off. Kushina stayed behind and waited until they were out of earshot. When they finally were, she spun around and stared intently at Molina and said, all right, spill it. What did you do? Molina was confused. What do you mean? Kushina leaned forward so she could whisper. She covertly pointed at Molina's stomach that was slightly bulging and said, I can tell you're not pregnant, at least not yet anyway, so why the hell is your tummy a little bloated? Molina said to her with a sexy voice, oh, Naruto gave me a really good meal, he. A good meal? Kushina said a little confused. Then she thought, a good meal. But I smell cum on her breath, a lot of it. Oh. You mean you swallowed? Kushina whispered excitedly. Molina nodded, eyes sparkling from the exotic memory. Wow, she told Molina. That's really hot. Why are you so interested in your son's sexual life? Jade asked. Shiva, Sakura, and Ino had walked up and couldn't help but overhear their hushed conversation. Well, because he's my boy, of course, Kushina told them with a little bit of a diva type of attitude. I need to make sure that he's being properly taken care of in the ladies' department. Oh, don't worry about that, Mrs. Uzumaki, Ino said to her. He's taking care of us, if anything. Aha. See. That's what I'm talking about, Kushina said. Us Uzumaki are definitely all about being the dominant one in the bedroom, however, sometimes we like to give our partner a turn, know what I mean girls? So, you want us to ride him? Sakura asked Kushina. Kushina had a smile on her face as she touched Sakura's cheek. That's so cute, she said to her. No, my dear Sakura Haruno, that's much too basic for an Uzumaki. So what are you saying we do then? Shiva asked her. Shokan can get pretty freaky in the bed, I assume. Kushina stated. When we are in the mood, yes, Shiva said. Well, Kushina said, whatever gets you in the mood, must put everyone else in the mood times 10. You're half dragon, right? So whatever turns on a dragon, turn a normal woman onto those same levels and you got a full-on lady group ready to get fucked nice and hard all night. Now doesn't that sound nice? It actually does, Sakura said, a little flushed. Ino looked excited as hell. What's your suggestion? Jade asked her. Well, Kushina said, I am a professional when it comes to herbs and stuff. I'll see if I can make a sexual aphrodisiac on steroids or something like that for you girls. Does that sound nice? Molina stroked Kushina's shoulder affectionately. Do that for us, she began in a sultry tone, and I just might have to show what the Khanum of Outworld can do for you. Kushina just laughed and said, my dear Molina, you are foolish if you honestly think you can outperform an Uzumaki. Okay son, Minato said to Naruto, I want you to write down the Horatian seal on that scroll. They were in training ground 7. It was a fitting area for them to work on Naruto's training. It was a memorial, so to speak, for many of their earlier memories. For Minato, it was a reminder of the team that he partially lost. Rin and Obito were gone, but Kakashi was still with them in the world of the living. The 3 tree stumps that were there were the same ones that his sensei used for him and his team. They were also the same ones used on Naruto's team. For Naruto, it was a symbol of what was. He was on a team, he was going to stay friends with Sasuke, he was going to become Hokage. It was a memorial for his past, a reminder of what he wanted to stay away from, so to speak. A fitting ground for them both. A good way for them to bond wordlessly. Naruto grabbed his ink and brush that he had unsealed earlier. He always carried some on him. What seal master didn't? He copied down the seal formula that his father had showed him time and time again. Finally getting it down. Alright, I got it. Naruto said to his dad. Good, Minato said. Now, I want you to channel as much chakra as you can into that seal without burning it. But dad, my control still sucks. Naruto whined. You're too old to be acting like that, Minato teased him. Come on now, you could beat Kaguya, you can channel some chakra into a scroll. Alright. Naruto placed a hand over the scroll with the seal and slowly began channeling chakra into it. He was glad that he had at least made much better progress over the years with his control. If he had tried this when he was much younger, he would never succeed. Some things you just had to train for, no matter how much you tried. The seal glowed brighter and brighter. Minato was watching intently, waiting to tell Naruto when to stop. He looked closer at the seal as he saw it change a little. Minato's Horatian seal was more vertical in patterns when he channeled his chakra into it. Naruto's had the same kanji on it, but they were moving into a circular pattern on the scroll. The kanji on the seal were now a bright orange. Okay Naruto, stop now. Naruto cut off the chakra feed to the scroll as he looked at it. The kanji was still faintly glowing, but were fading back to their original color of black. He looked at his dad, slightly confused as he asked, I don't understand, it doesn't look like yours. Did I do something wrong? No, son, Minato said. In fact, you did it perfectly. Good job Naruto. But it doesn't look like yours does dad. I know, Minato told him. And it's not supposed to. Let me explain. Before me, there was only one other person who used this teleportation jutsu, the second Hokage, Tobirama Senju. His jutsu was slightly different from mine, as was his formula pattern. No 2 patterns are exactly the same. They are similar and have the exact same kanji, but no 2 pattern designs are the same. The Nadime's pattern was more horizontal, while mine is vertical. Yours, son, is circular. Whoa, Naruto said. I never knew that. I know, Minato said with a smile. That's why I told you. Now, your jutsu is complete. All you need to do is find a way to spread your seal onto whatever surface you want as a marker. For me, I use my 3-pronged kunai. You can do it however you want. Skin contact is the best and most effective way though. Also, remember that whatever you mark with your seal, it will never disappear. It may become invisible if you do that, but the mark itself will never be removed. Once it's applied, it's there for good. So I can use it to put on my girls. Naruto asked. You know what son, I never even thought of that, but that's a splendid idea you've got there. Minato said to him. To be able to get to them no matter where they are. For me, I just gave your mother one of my kunai. But, what if she had lost it in the middle of a fight or something? In your case, kunai or not, you would be able to reach them at all times. Smart. Naruto said, cool. 2. How do I apply it? Simple, Minato said. Simply go through the signs that I showed you. Then, place your hand on whatever your target is, and say, Horatian seal, and that's it. That's it. That's it, son. That's one of the reasons I love this jutsu. Simple, yet extremely effective. Sounds like my kind of jutsu. Naruto announced. Then Minato began to chuckle. What's so funny, Dad? Naruto asked him. Nothing serious, Minato answered. You are just so much like your mother. Hee, thanks, Dad. Now, what do you say we do now? Naruto thought for a moment before he said to his father, I wanna try out my jutsu real quick. Okay then, Minato said, what do you wanna make as your first marker? That's easy, Naruto said. Hold out your hand, Dad. He went through the designated hand signs and placed his hand on his father's palm and said, Horatian seal. Instantly, the bright orange seal of Naruto's own Horatian seal was imprinted on Minato's palm. It faded to black, then faded from sight completely. Amazing, his father said to him. I can feel not only your chakra, but the Kyuubi's chakra too. Have you already absorbed his power? Yes and no, Naruto said. We came to an agreement that he would become a part of me, as that would happen anyway, but that he would also still have his share of power and consciousness. Basically, both of us are one, and one is the other at the same time. So, I guess yeah. I don't know how to explain it, Dad. His father laughed as he ruffled his son's hair. I get what you're trying to say, my son. Let's go get some Ichiraku. It's on me tonight. Your reward for doing such a fine job with your old man's jutsu. Alright, Naruto yelled out. Now that's more like it. They both laughed as they walked back to Ichiraku Ramen. An invisible lizard stared at the back of Naruto's red trench coat. So, that's the boy that will be fighting against USSSSS, the figure said before it disappeared through a portal. Kiba was walking back to his family's clan compound, rubbing his cheek. He was still very upset at his humiliating defeat by the hands of one Naruto Uzumaki. Damn orphan, he said to himself. Hinata was mine. She has been wanting me forever. And now, since I finally got to her, that jerk has got to go about and ruin it all for me. He spit to the side as he continued walking. Stupid asshole. This one thinks you do not like the one in red, a weird voice said from an alleyway to his right. He stopped and turned to face the possible threat, Akamaru right by his side. Come out and show yourself. Kiba demanded. This one is not a threat to you or your companion, the voice said to him as the figure stepped out. Kiba was shocked at her appearance. She had yellow skin that looked more like an exoskeleton than skin. She wore a black thong bikini, black high-heeled shoes, and a black cloak over her frame. She had the hood up, only partially covering her head. He looked into her glossy black eyes as she said to him, this one is called Devourer, and comes to seek your alliance with the Emperor, Kotal Khan. Molina was in the backyard of Naruto's parents' house, throwing some kunai and shuriken. Kushina had insisted that she at least try it out, because her enemies would at some point know how to counter her sais. That's where the shuriken and kunai came into play. Her foes wouldn't be expecting her to use ninja weapons. Or any others than her own for that fact. The point ninja tactics in a battle is to use whatever you can to win the fight, Kushina had told her. If you only continue to throw a punch, your enemy will get around you and demolish you. You only continue to kick, your enemy will get around you and demolish you. If you continue to throw your sais, your enemy will take them away from you and use them against you. The point, my dear Molina, is you need to be completely unpredictable. Using these ninja weapons is a good start. It was because of this that she was in the back training hard with the ninja projectile weapons. Due to her long time use of her sais, she had it down for the most part. However, the weight, structure, and size of them were throwing her off. Her sais were used to either stab or throw in a straight line. These weapons could be used in multiple ways, so the design was different, and that feeling was what was throwing her slightly off. Here, a voice she knew said behind her. You do it like this. He, Molina giggled. Now, Naruto said, letting go of her and walking to her side. I want you to take your kunai and throw it in the air. Then, I want you to take another one and throw it at the first one you threw. When you throw the second one, hit the first one to where it will hit the target. That's impossible, Molina told him. No, it's not, my love, Naruto said to her calmly. You cannot make another weapon hit something you want by hitting with another weapon. Naruto didn't say anything. He simply stood in front of her and pulled out 2 kunai from his red trench coat. He threw one up high in the air and immediately threw the second one right after it. In the air, the second kunai hit the ring portion of the handle of the first one, forcing it down with a ferocious speed. The kunai embedded itself hilt deep into the wooden target that stood 20 feet away from them. Yes, Naruto told her, it is possible. Can you at least properly throw kunai and shuriken? Yes, Naruto. Molina answered. Show me. Molina stepped up and pulled out 2 kunai and threw them straight at the target wood block. Both kunai hit dead center. Good, Naruto said. Now the shuriken. Molina pulled out 2 shuriken, one in each hand, and threw those, also hitting them dead center right next to her 2 kunai. Excellent. Your next step in shuriken and kunai training will be to do this. Naruto pulled out 5 shuriken in each hand and threw them with such force that Molina could feel the thrust in the air. She looked at the wooden block as it instantly had another 10 shuriken all over it, each shuriken almost completely embedded. Imagine that was a human body, he told her. Or rather, Kotal Khan's body. We have to kill him, Molina told him with hate and malice. And we will, Naruto confirmed. But, we have to fight in this damn tournament first, which start tomorrow. Let's go, it's almost dinner time. We are going to need our rest if we want to perform top-notch. Naruto took her hand and led her into his mother's house. Mom, Naruto called out. We're back from Molina's training. Okay, honey. His mother called out from another room in the house. I'll be right there. Make yourself comfortable. Naruto sat in a chair while Molina sat on the soft couch. I never expected this, Molina suddenly said. Never expected what? Naruto asked. All of this, Molina gestured around the house. I've been in Outworld my entire life, however short that may have been. My entire life has been ruled by combat and strife, no family or friends at all. Shao Kahn, my pseudo-father, ruled his empire with an iron fist. Outworld, a place where there is no comfort, just strife and war, all the time. Now I come here, and there's everything that I've never even heard about and much, much more. I don't know what to do with it all. Well, my love, Naruto told her, the answer to that is easy. Just enjoy it. You said you've never had any of this, right? Well then, even more of a reason to just sit back and chill the hell out. You'll have plenty of combat tomorrow. So for tonight, just sit back and take it easy. Hello you two lovebirds, Kushina said as she walked in the room with them. So, you two gonna give me grandchildren anytime soon or what? Mom, Naruto said, embarrassed. What the heck, man? Kushina laughed at him. I'm just teasing you, son, she told him. She looked at Molina and said to her, but seriously, when am I going to have grandchildren? Mom, Naruto said again. Molina couldn't help but laugh. I think I'm going to like this, Molina thought. Kotal Khan sat on his throne in Outworld. He was very interested in this new turn of events. He was leaning forward slightly, one hand on the arm of his throne while the other rested on his knee. He looked at the young man in front of him who was kneeling on the ground. I can help you defeat Naruto, the figure said, looking at Kotal Khan in the eye. I've seen him fight, I know all of his moves. I know his specialties, I know his style, I know everything. I also know his weakness, the figure said. And what do you know of this man's so-called weakness? Kotal asked the figure. His past, the figure said. He hates being reminded of it. Something like old mental scars showing back up or something like that. I understand what you are saying, Kotal said to the figure. And if what you say is true, you will truly be invaluable to my rule. If you cooperate, I will pay you 50 million gold coins, and you shall have a glorious household, complete with beautiful women to satisfy your wants. In exchange, I want you to kill this Uzumaki. Do you accept these terms of our agreement? Hey, as long as I can take Naruto down and get Hinata back, the figure said, then I'm on your side. Then it is settled, Kotal Khan said. He stood up and walked down the small flight of stairs leading down from his throne to the ground. He stood in front of the figure and held out his hand. Welcome to the forces of Outworld, Kiba Inuzuka. Kotal Khan said. Naruto got off of the chair he was sitting in inside of his mother and father's house and told his mother, Mom, I know you are just teasing me and are having your fun, but I have something important to do with you. Oh, I didn't know you were freaky like that, son, Kushina teased her son. Mom, Naruto said, cheeks bright red now. Come on. I'm being serious here. Haha, Molina laughed at her lover's expense. Hey, Naruto told her, it involves you too, Molina. Both women could tell that time for play was over, and Naruto was dead serious about whatever he was trying to discuss. What is it, son? Kushina asked him. Dad taught me how to use his Hiraishin jutsu, Naruto told his mother. Wow, Kushina said, impressed. That was fast. I didn't know you would get it down in just one day. How did you do it? Well, Naruto said, the main part of it is the sealing formula, right? I am an Uzumaki after all, and sealing was our specialty. Ah, that's right, Kushina said. So, do you have to use kunai just like your father? No, Mom, I just mark whatever I want, and that mark stays there forever. That's really good, son, good job, Kushina said, smiling at her son. I'm really proud of you. Thanks. Which brings me to my next point. I want to put my mark on you and Molina. Okay, no problem. What do I need to do, son? Kushina asked him. I just need to touch bare skin. It only works with skin-to-skin contact. I put my marker on Dad's hand, I can do the same to you if you like. Sure, son, that sounds good to me. And by the way, it's really sweet of you that you wanna protect the ones you love, you know. Naruto just rubbed the back of his head sheepishly and said, geez, thanks, Mom. Kushina held out her hand and said, come here, silly, and put your mark on me. Okay, Mom, hold up a second. Naruto did the necessary hand signs and proceeded to say aloud, Hiraishin seal. Naruto placed his hand on top of his mother's. There was a faint glow in between their hands for a couple of seconds, then the glow faded out of existence. Naruto removed his hand, revealing his circular Hiraishin pattern on the top of her hand, glowing a bright orange, but quickly fading. It stopped glowing, turned black, then disappeared completely from her hand. Wow, Kushina said, looking at her hand where the mark used to be. I can't even see it. But, I can literally feel your chakra, and, is that the Kyuubi's chakra too? Yeah, it is, Mom, Naruto answered her. The seal has an equal combination of mine and Kurama's chakra in it. Very effective if you ask me. He then turned to Molina and said to her, okay Molina, your turn to get marked. Yes it is, Molina flirted back. Naruto sighed in exasperation. Molina, he began, I love you, but there's a time and a place for that kind of stuff. I'm serious about this. Understand? Yes, my love, Molina said, a little embarrassed about her feeble attempt at trying to arouse her man. Naruto, Kurama said from within his host, I know of a way that will make you mark not only work, but also show that they belong to you as well. Cool. Naruto said aloud. What? Molina asked him. Oh, sorry, Kurama just told me something really cool. Hang on, I'll let him tell you since he has more knowledge on it. Naruto stood still, and his features became more feral-like. He opened his eyes to reveal them to be red with black slits. Hello, child, Kurama said through Naruto. That's cool, Kushina said. Hey Kyuubi, how are you? I am well, thank you. Now, about what I was saying about the mark. If Naruto so chooses, he can make his Hiraishin mark more than just a marker for his jutsu, he can also make it to where it will be a marker to show that you are taken, that you are a part of him, and he a part of you. There is no limit as to how many times that he can do this. Also, if chooses to do this with you, a portion of my own power shall also be transferred to you as well. You, and whoever else receives this advanced style of his mark, will be permanently connected him, and he to you. Now that is impressive, Molina said. What will this mark look like? It will vary from person to person, because some will get a little different mark than another. However, all who are marked will all share one mark. Whisker marks on the human cheeks, much like Naruto has. I want it, Molina told Kurama, Naruto. Another added bonus is that those of you who cannot mold chakra and or use ninjutsu, after this mark, you will be able to. And you will also be able to summon me and communicate with me directly. This mark serves as a beacon for his jutsu, a marker, a mental link, and a chakra inhibitor as well. However, it will be painful upon receiving the mark. I can handle some pain, Molina said to him. Pain is my ally. As you wish, child. His eyes closed again for a few seconds, and then opened to reveal Naruto's sky blue orbs. Man, is that cool or what? He said excitedly. Hurry up and mark me, my love, Molina told him. I want to be yours, and I want everyone to know it. Oh. Don't worry, Molina, Naruto said. I'm gonna mark you. Hey Kurama, can I give this advanced seal form to people I've already marked? Like my mom and dad? Yes, Kurama said from within. Just because you have already marked them does not mean you can't mark them with the advanced seal. If you give them the other seal, all that's really happening is that you are giving them an upgrade to their already established seal. Wow, Naruto said, dude, that's just fucking cool all around. So, Kurama, how do I even apply this seal? I know about the original, but what about the advanced one? You must bite the person's neck after you elongate your fangs with my chakra. It will not work properly if you not incorporate both of our chakras at the same time. First, give them your HIRAISHIN seal mark. Afterwards, mold some of our chakra at the same time, elongate your teeth, and bite them in the neck. Our chakra will immediately flow through their system, and connect with the seal you gave them. That's all. The mark and the advanced seal is permanent. Well, it's not like I'll be trying to remove the seal anyway, Naruto said aloud. He turned to Molina and Kushina and told them, Kurama was telling me how to apply the seal. In short, I have to bite your necks for it to work. And just so you know, Molina, Kurama's chakra burns like a motherfucker to those who haven't molded with it before. It won't hurt Mom, because she was his previous Jinchuriki before me. However, it's gonna hurt you like hell. You can back out if you want, I don't want you to suffer. Molina got upset at him. Do you honestly think that a little bit of pain will keep me from getting what I want? She said to him. I am Molina, Khanum of Outworld. I am the daughter of Shao Kahn. Do you think that some pain will keep me from being with you? How dare you? Hey! Naruto yelled at her, much louder than anyone else ever had. With even more authority and power than her father ever had. You do not have any right to get angry at me for trying to protect you. I know you have been through hell and back, which is exactly why I don't want you to have any more pain or harm than absolutely necessary. How dare you for even questioning the fact of whether or not that I care? Molina looked away, knowing that he was right. She had reacted to her sudden anger, rather than process it. She had clearly misunderstood the meaning as to why he was thinking the way he was, and she had upset him because of her stupid reaction. I'm sorry, Naruto, she said quietly. I did not mean to offend you. I just don't want you thinking that I'm weak. Naruto lifted her face to where she was looking straight in his eyes and he said to her, Molina, I already know that you are not weak. Your appearance and title of Khanum says it all. However, that will not stop me from trying to prevent any ounce of pain that you may feel. I want, and will, protect you with all of my being. I don't want you to hurt if I can help it. Molina said to him, thank you my love, but I want this. Are you sure? I meant it when I said that the advanced seal was going to hurt. And not just the bite part either. The Kyuubi's chakra will literally feel like you are being burned alive from the inside out, and I have no idea how long it will last. Yes, Molina looked at him with determination. I'm sure. Naruto sighed and closed his eyes. Okay, he told her. He looked at his mom and asked her, hey mom. Do you know where the other girls went? Yes honey, Kushina said. They are all at the barbecue restaurant. I dragged Molina here on purpose to help her train. Okay, thanks. Naruto created a shadow clone and said to it, hey there, can you go get the other girls and tell them to come over here? I need to mark them all, and I would rather get this done and over with, especially since we are leaving for the tournament tomorrow. No problem boss, the clone said as it took off in a hurry. Naruto turned back to Molina and took a deep breath. He said to her, okay Molina, are you ready? Yes, Molina said. Okay, we are going to give you the seal first, and then I am going to channel Kurama's chakra, grow my fangs, and bite you neck. I'll try to hold you close, okay? I understand Naruto. Molina told him. She was ready. She wanted to be Naruto's for good, and now was her chance. Alright, here we go. Give me your hand. No, Molina said. She reached up and removed her upper chest piece of her armor. Her shoulders and upper part of her chest was now exposed. She brought some of her chest plate down a little, still covering her nipple, and yet being amazingly seductive at the same time. I want your mark right over my heart, she told him. Naruto nodded. He performed the necessary hand signs and said aloud, Horatian seal. He placed his hand over Molina's heart. There was the faint glow and fading process, just like it was with his father and his mother. To Molina, it felt warm and nurturing. After the glow and the mark completely faded, Naruto said to her, "Okay Molina, I'm going to channel Kurama's chakra, and we'll move on from there." Molina nodded in understanding. Naruto formed his hands into the ram sign and channeled his friend's chakra. His features became more Kyuubi-like. He opened his eyes and looked at Molina's neck, right where the jugular vein was. His fangs grew a little longer than normal as he walked to Molina. He placed his hands on either one of her shoulders and held her firmly. He pulled her in close and hovered his fangs right over her vein as he said to her, "Are you ready, my love?" Molina, with a determined look, glanced over at Naruto's mother. She gave Molina an encouraging nod, smiling at her, letting her know everything was going to be okay. "Yes, Naruto, I'm ready. Make me yours." Naruto nodded slightly. He hesitated for a second, then quickly buried his fangs into her neck. Molina grimaced loudly at the sudden puncture. She felt fine at first, but then immediately began to feel that burning feeling from the inside Naruto had described to her. It was one of the most excruciatingly painful things she had ever experienced. She screamed and struggled to break free, but Naruto held her in place. He really didn't want to hurt her, but if she had to deal with some pain in order for him to be able to better protect her, then so be it. He was trying to hold her for her own security as well. Molina screamed out loud, "It burns. It burns Naruto, it burns." Naruto just held her closer. Molina grabbed a hold of his red trench coat, almost ripping it off. She was in so much pain. After a few more minutes, the pain began to subside. She took deeper, more regular breaths, and began to calm down. Her legs were wobbly, shaken up from so much intense muscle contractions from all the pain. Her eyes were droopy as Naruto laid her down. She looked up him and said before she passed out, "Ow." The other girls had met up at the barbecue restaurant and were just having a girls' night out, and then he yelled out, "Raisin Shuriken." Sakura told Katana, Jade, Shiva, and Ino. She was telling them the story of how when Naruto had showed up after the pain invasion and annihilated them. He threw the thing, pure chakra, and he threw it. That's never been done before. Anyways, he threw it at one of the pains and killed it on the spot like it was nothing. Sakura finished explaining. Shiva spoke to her and said, "Judging by what I have heard from you, Sakura, and by what I have seen personally, I know Naruto is a perfect man for not only me, but also for the Shogun as a whole." "Well, duh," Ino said to Shiva. "He's only like, the best one out of them all. I remember that you had once, albeit briefly, talk about the scariest moment you have had with Naruto. What was that all about?" Katana asked Sakura. Sakura immediately locked up. Well, she hesitated. "It was a while ago, and it's really not that big of a deal anymore." Jade had noticed that she had immediately did not want to relive that experience. Everyone else noticed it too. Ino, being her best friend, laid a hand on her arm and said, "Hey, forehead, we are all here for you. Besides, you tell me everything, well, except for this supposedly scary moment with Naruto, so come on. Spill it already." Sakura took a deep breath and said, "Okay, but if I get shaken up a little bit, I apologize. I'm still a little traumatized about it, although I'm kind of embarrassed about it. I mean, I am a kunoichi after all, right? You fought in a war and survived," Shiva said. "The only ones who are not traumatized in any way are the dead." "Damn, Shiva," Ino said with a deadpan face, "what a blunt way to put it, huh?" "I am a Shogun," Shiva replied. "We all go straight to the point." "It's okay, Ino, I guess she's right," Sakura said to her friend. "Anyways, it was when before I knew that Naruto was a Jinchuriki. Our mission led us to Large Bridge, the Tenshi Bridge." "Hey, I know that place," Ino said, "but the last time I checked it out, it was completely obliterated." "Yeah," Sakura said, "that was because of Naruto." "What?" Ino said. "Yeah, we saw Orochimaru, and Naruto lost it. He knocked him way back into the forest, and they had some sort of huge battle. I literally saw trees flying around the whole place. I got knocked out for a little while because I was knocked down and I hit my head, but when I came to, Yamato-sensei brought me up to speed on what was happening. He had one of his wood clones out there observing the whole thing, and he relayed it all to me. Well, most of it. But then, Naruto was thrown back into our general area, and I saw what he looked like then. I saw what had caused most of that destruction. Well, Sakura, Jade said. What did you see? It was Naruto, in his four tails form. Ino gasped. When she had went through all of Naruto's memories all that while ago, she had briefly gotten a glimpse of that. Just the thought of that was absolutely terrifying. Being there in person must have been something on another level entirely. I am so sorry you had to see something like that, Sakura, Ino told her. It's okay now, Sakura said to her. It's just a little weird and scary, seeing as how that was my teammate, you know. Hey, everyone. The voice belonging to the one they were just talking about said. Katana turned around and saw Naruto coming to them. Hi Naruto, how are you? Just so you know, I'm just a clone, the clone said. The real me sent me out here to let you guys know that he really need you all to come to his mother's house as soon as absolutely possible, and that it's very important. Molina is already there. Is everything okay? Sakura asked. The clone shook his head and shrugged his shoulders. I don't know, he didn't really tell me what was going on, just to get you all there soon. Okay then, Ino said. We'll pay for the food and we'll go right now. I'll take you there, the clone said. When Molina came to, she felt her head on something very soft and hard at the same time. Good morning sleepyhead, Naruto's told her. They were on the couch, and Naruto had her head in his lap as he was softly stroking her hair. How long have I been out? She asked him. Not long, maybe 20 minutes or so. Are you okay? She was about to say something, but then she noticed how much better her vision had become. With her Tarkatan blood, she could already see much better than any human, but now, with this new seal, she felt like she could see everything. She paid more attention to the rest of her body as well and took a note of everything. Her muscles definitely felt way more powerful than she ever felt before. She could feel that even though she was relaxed, that she was also a very tightly compressed spring, just ready to release the tension at any second. Her sense of smell had increased by an incredible amount as well, the same with her hearing, especially her hearing. She could literally feel the blood and power coursing through her body. I feel wonderful, she told him. In fact, she sat up slowly, opening and closing her hands. I don't think I've ever felt any better. Just then, all of the other girls arrived in the living room of Naruto's mother's house. Katana asked Naruto, Naruto, is everything okay? Why did your clone summon us? Hey, I'm so glad you're all here, Naruto said. He got up from the couch and walked over to them. He said, I just discovered not too long ago a way to where I can be at any of your sides if I'm away in a split second. It will also make you stronger, more agile, just better in every way. I've already done it to Molina. He has, Molina confirmed. Although it hurt like a bitch in the beginning, I've never felt more alive than I have now. 2. What happened? Ino asked. Well, basically, I bit her, Naruto said, a little embarrassed. You bit her, Sakura said. Really? Yes, Molina said, really. But first he applied his seal on me. She moved her outfit on her chest out of the way to show his mark. Okay, then what? Ino said. It bit me, and some of his chakra and power flowed into me, Molina said. I feel so powerful. She then rubbed her body in a provocative way, and sexy too. What is this seal anyway? Jade asked Naruto. I can explain that, Kushina said to them as she walked into the room. It is a seal that is a marker for Naruto to travel to. You can be literally on the other side of the world, and he can teleport to you. It's a beacon of a sorts. He teleports to whichever beacon he chooses. And the special, advanced seal that he's talking about is basically a power transfer. You really all should get his seal, Molina said to them. It will definitely help us out in the mission we are about to begin, and later on as well. Well then, I'm all about progressing, Ino said, let's do it. I guess I will too, Sakura said. And I as well, Shiva said. I would love to have your seal, Kayana told him. Just give it to me, Jade flirted. Okay, but, just to warn you all, Naruto said to them, this will hurt like a total bitch. But, it will also be worth it in the end. Just do it Naruto, Ino said to him. I don't care about pain. Just give me the damn seal okay. Fine, Naruto said in defeat. I'm serious though, it will really. Naruto. That's enough. Ino yelled at him. Okay. Damn man. Shadow clone jutsu. Naruto made a clone for each girl. The original was in front of Shiva. They all did the necessary hand seals simultaneously and said aloud, Horatian seal. Hands were placed on chests, chests glowed temporarily and seals were applied successfully. Then, the real fun began. Deciding to just get this over with, the clones and the original just immediately channeled the Kyuubi's chakra and sank their fangs into all the girls at once. Ino couldn't take it at all. She screamed for a second or two and then just passed out. Sakura lasted for a little bit longer, but met the same fate as her friend. The same went for Katana and Jade, taking about as long as Molina to pass out. Shiva was clearly the strongest one out of them all. Being half dragon must be nice. She barely even whimpered, but even she, the mighty Shokan, fell to the darkness of unconsciousness. About 25 minutes later, all of the girls were up and discovering their newfound abilities and feelings. After about a minute or so after they were all coherent enough, they all got a pleasant surprise. Hello everyone. My name is Kurama, the nine-tailed fox, Lord of the Demons, Lord of the Biju, and friend to Naruto Uzumaki. Who the hell was that? Jade yelled out in surprise. She looked around the room, but found no one else in there but themselves. It is I, child. I am speaking to you all mentally through all of your successfully applied advanced seals, Kurama explained to them. The seals that you now have are also mediators between you and myself. I can now lend you some of my chakra. Speaking of which, you will also be able to use chakra as well. The power that was transferred to you by my host wasn't only power. It was power, and also knowledge. Knowledge of what? Shiva asked. Knowledge on how to use chakra effectively. You have never used it before, it is something completely new to you. Therefore, you need to know how to use your newfound abilities without years and years of training. You're welcome. Be grateful that I like you all. Just then, they all heard a voice that they weren't expecting. Naruto Uzumaki, Hiyashi Hyuga said in his mother's living room. I believe you and I have something to discuss. That will be it for this video. If you want more, comment down below, like, subscribe. And see you guys later.